is this the left home?
Yes, it is.
I'm from the town. Is Bob here?
He is,
Can I speak to him?
I guess.
Thank
Who
you.
is it?
Somebody from the town.
What's his name?
Your name?
Lindsay Hayward.
Lindsay Hayward.
Why don't you give me a phone call?
Well, I'm here now.
Why don't you give me a phone call?
Well, I'm concerned about the blog you posted yesterday, putting untreated water back into our water system. It's serious.
Why don't you give me a phone call? Peg, ask him to give me a phone call.
I don't know what this is about.
Are you pumping untreated water, rainwater, back into our system?
I doubt it. I don't know.
Well, that's what he's claiming he's doing. It's a very serious accusation. If you can't reassure me that you're not, I'm going to have to turn the water off.
He's from the town. They don't understand a joke. So ask him to make a phone call or give me an email.
Phone or email him.
Thank you very
If
much.
they can't assure me that you're not doing that, I have to turn the water off. And I notice your shut-off is buried under the, appears to be buried under the interlocking brick, which they're going to have to...
Sir, if you're from the town, you'll send me an email, okay? And you'll ask your question, I'll reply. I sued the town for $7 million. They don't talk to me.
Mr. Lott, it's Constable Skelly with York Regional Police talking to you now.
The police secretary?
I am investigating a breach of probation in court conditions. In court conditions, if you'd like to come down and speak to me. Who's your surety? I'd like to speak to them.
Me.
Okay. And I'd like to speak to you in private somewhere about what's going on here, because this involves online activity, and this is now a criminal investigation.
What, the water? Is the water what
Two
you're talking
separate channels we're going here, Mr. Leff. If you're going to be uncooperative with the town, there's two separate
The town
channels.
won't talk to me, sir.
Okay, well, they're here to speak to you right now, sir, and they'd like some cooperation from you, okay?
And they actually think I'm pumping water back into the water system.
Very serious accusation. You've indicated that you've done that online.
Yeah,
Okay?
you guys know that I can say whatever I want online. Sue me.
Very, very good. You can, sir, but there are repercussions for your actions online.
Fine.
Infrastructure services are very...
It's a joke. Do you guys understand the
We
joke?
don't know it's a joke yet, sir, okay? So we've got to clarify.
Do you understand solar power?
So here's the deal, sir.
Do you understand solar
We would
power?
like to check your meter. If you allow us into the house to check the meter to clarify, and they won't check your water. If you don't want to let us into the house, they are concerned, and they do have the authority and ability to shut off your water.
Can I have a card from you? I got a card.
Ma'am, can I speak to the side, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Raining.
I know.
Go look at the meter. Do whatever he wants you to do.
Go with the meter? This is our plumbing inspector. He's going to look.
Yeah, fine. Maybe the plumbing inspector has a sense of humor.
Well, it's not... So he's saying you can go and look.
Come on, look.
Lock up the dogs.
I think she put him away. Put her away. Come on.
You want me to go with you?
What's his concern?
He's concerned about the dogs.
The dog. Coco. Coco.
Do you have a water harvesting system?
No. Listen, the town doesn't like me, just so you know, okay? All right, so...
I've never met you. I
understand, and it's nothing personal about people in the town. 3.5 years ago, they arrested me, all right, because the bylaws manager, you guys know Mandy Eddy? Mandy Crawford?
And we don't need to get into that. Let's just clear that
No,
up.
but you have to know. But you have to know. She had me arrested, and ordered not to communicate with anybody at the town of Aurora. Okay? And why she had me arrested is her family is police. All right? Her family is a Crawford. So she went to the police and had me arrested. And it's been 3.5 years of this kind of whatever. I have a blog. They don't like me blogging because I found them losing money. Okay? I found them giving away money, and I found them losing $300,000 a year. The dog you don't like? $300,000 a year they don't collect in dog tax. Come on in.
Do you have a water harvesting system?
No. Listen, did you know the solar power system?
Yes.
Okay. So I thought it was funny.
I'll go see.
Yeah.
You're going in the basement. I put the dog down there. Just
Please come and get the meter.
Okay, perfect. We're here to keep the peace, so we're accompanying the town, okay?
Keep the peace.
Yes, sir.
What have I done to not keep the peace?
Sir, we're just here on behalf of the town. We act as,
No, you're on behalf of Heather Bentham.
no, not at all. Not at all, sir.
Yeah, you are.
We're not.
You are. She's assigned 36 different police officers. I'm not to go within 500 meters of the woman involved about my bad joke.
Let's reference more about internet usage, because it's very
Sorry?
clear. Let's talk about internet usage. When are you allowed to be on the internet? For what reason?
Is it possible to go in
Wait.
the backyard and take a look?
I'm sorry?
Is it possible to go in the backyard and take a look?
At what?
If there's any rain harvesting?
No, there's no.
I believe there's nothing here.
Well, there's nothing, and no, you don't need to go in the backyard. There's nothing.
Okay, thank you.
Like I say, it's one who's got it in for me.
While we're here to keep the peace. Now, if you need to go in the backyard to check there's no contamination and satisfy yourself, you do that.
It'll take 2 seconds and put everybody's mind at ease and install it.
I don't know. Do you want to see what could you see in the backyard?
Just want to confirm your downspouts aren't collecting water, because you claimed that you were collecting the rainwater and using that. So if you're not, obviously not collecting any here, you see that at the front, we'll be reassured you're not collecting rainwater.
Is there access to the side, sir? Or do they have to come through the
The
house?
doors they're locked. They don't need access to my land.
You just let them in your basement and check your meter. What's the problem with going in? You can go in somebody else's backyard and look. Why don't you just let them go around the fence?
Do you understand principles?
Okay. So, Mr. Leff, I've read your conditions. You're not to be blogging, okay?
No, it doesn't say that.
It does. It says you're only allowed to be on the internet for certain circumstances, a talking account.
Right, website development.
What does that have to do with website development?
It's my website development.
Okay, all right. So, very good, sir. I spoke with your surety, okay? If she's going to pull the surety, you understand that you're going to go to jail. You understand that? That if you're in
We've been trying to get the surety changed for months.
Okay.
She's divorcing me.
Okay. Well,
They
the
won't
reality
change
is that there was a promise made to the judge by yourself. There was a promise made to the judge by your surety that you adhere to your conditions.
I'm
There
adhering to my conditions.
There is a report going to be going in today, sir, based on your actions on the internet. If the detectives find that you are breaching your conditions, you are going to be arrested, you are going to be brought into custody and held
I
in jail.
understand all that.
Okay, as long as you understand that, okay? This activity, I understand from your perspective it's a joke, but water contamination is extremely serious.
No, it's only
okay?
serious when somebody calls you
It's extremely serious.
named Mandy Croft.
And the other thing that's serious, number 2, is that you are on conditions with your internet usage. So you see how they're both sort of together in what you're doing, okay?
My
So
probation
there's no
officer
obligation.
controls it.
Yep.
He spoke to me yesterday. He said, what are your conditions? Sorry, not yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. Friday. Okay? He asked me my conditions. Sorry. He said, your conditions mean you can't be doing this and this and this. And I said, Ahmed, you've got the wrong conditions. They were changed in June.
You've got 3 separate court conditions. You have a suspended sentence, you got 2 court orders, and you have a recognizance. 3 court orders you have. They're all separate. They're all binding by a judge that is giving you instructions and giving your surety instructions to watch you on the internet. Okay? And in my opinion, from what I've seen here, you are arrestable for breaching your condition. I've had a conversation with your surety, and I was just on it 5 minutes ago.
But show me what you're seeing in CPIC.
I can't show you my police computer, sir. You should have a copy of
It's
your
not
court order.
police material. Is it showing
Yes,
you?
it is. CPIC, I cannot show you copies of, sir. There's information on there that I cannot share with you.
It's my release order.
I can't show
I don't
you.
want to see CPIC. Okay.
You should have a copy of the release order. If you've got a judge that told you to do something, you're telling me you don't have a release order in there? You should
I
talk to
did
your-
not say that. I said I have a release order. What is in CPIC?
I'm a police officer force, and I don't educate people on their conditions. You should know your conditions.
I know my conditions.
It doesn't sound like you do, sir.
I know my
It
conditions.
doesn't sound like
So
you do.
are you going to
What?
allow them access to the backyard?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, how can they get to the backyard, sir?
Either side. There's a lock on this side and there's no lock on that side.
All right, well, we'll go around the right side, and then we'll be out of your, we'll be off your property, and that'll be it.
Sir.
Okay? Yes, sir.
You're telling me I'm breaching my conditions.
I have a suspicion, sir. If
Okay,
I
you're telling me you have a
blind eye to something that we become aware of when we see that the subject person's on conditions. It's as simple as that.
Okay, you say I'm on conditions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are the conditions that you see that I'm on?
There are 3 separate conditions, 2 court orders and 1 recognizance.
No,
And they
what are the
speak to
terms?
only being on the internet, supervised directly by a surety or an adult over the age of 21 that is assigned by your surety for the purposes of contacting legal counsel,
Right.
Website development,
Right.
Things that have nothing to do with a blog about contaminating the Aurora water system. That's why I have reasonable grounds to believe right now that you are in breach of your court conditions. Again, I am cautioning you.
Fine.
I don't need to
I
read
hear
you
you.
your conditions verbatim. I'm a police officer. I enforce them. I don't educate people on their conditions. You should know your conditions.
I know my conditions.
It doesn't sound like you do, sir.
I know my
It doesn't
conditions.
sound like
So
you
are you gonna
What?
allow them access to the backyard?
Yeah, go ahead.
do. Okay, how
What-
can they get to the backyard, sir?
Either side. There's a lock on this side and there's no lock on that side.
All right, we'll go around the right side, and then we'll be out of your, we'll be off your property, and that'll be it.
Sir.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You're telling me I'm breaching my conditions.
I have a suspicion, sir. If I
Okay,
thought
you're
for
telling me
sure,
you
I'd be
have a
arresting you. But I'm
You're-
gonna leave it to give you
Can
the
I get
benefit
a
of
word
the
in
doubt.
edgewise?
You just asked me. I'm gonna give you a benefit of the doubt.
But what you're not
assign it
telling
to
me
the
is
detective.
what term of my condition you see me breaking.
Your internet usage, sir.
Where in my release order does it say what I can and cannot do with the internet?
I just told you. I just told you.
Well, no, just be clear. What is it you think I cannot do?
You cannot be blogging. You cannot be on the internet, period.
I
Unless
cannot
you're
be
doing certain
blogging?
activities. Correct.
That's what you
You
read.
can't even be on the internet. You cannot search the internet